With Resident Evil Requiem just around the corner, set to drop this coming February, I've set myself a challenge to fully complete every mainline Resident Evil game before then. So, that must mean I'm starting with the iconic Resident Evil 1, right? Well, yes, but actually no. I've actually already played through Resident Evil 0 to 3, but I didn't record those, so I decided why not start with the next game in the timeline, Resident Evil Code Veronica X. Since Code Veronica is a direct sequel to Claire's story in Resident Evil 2, here's a quick recap of the events that took place. The T-Virus outbreak destroyed Raccoon City, and Claire, searching for her brother Chris, got caught in the chaos of a zombie-infested city. Making her way into the RPD building, what was supposed to be the city's safe haven, she finds out that zombies are going to be the least of her problems. Fighting through infested sewers and deep into the hidden Nest laboratory, Claire helps put an end to the newly released G-Virus. After barely escaping Raccoon City alive, her journey now leads her to Rockford Island, where things will only get worse. With that being said, strap in and join me as we dive into the retro survival horror chaos that is
Resident Evil.
The game opens up with a brief recap reminding us that Raccoon City has been completely decimated and that the story is going to be taking place 3 months later. We are then introduced to a captured Claire being transported to an island by helicopter. Before we can even get answers, the guards diagnose Claire with early CTE, and immediately after, we are treated to what might be the most intense intro cutscene in Resident Evil history.
Redfield, one of the surviving members of RPD's famous STARS teams.
Now, before we move on, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge this pure cinema. She drops the gun, catches it mid-fall, and wipes out the guards. That is absolute class if I've ever seen it. But let's rewind for just a second. Can we talk about these guys' screams? Like, being real, I'm sure getting blown up isn't comfortable, but this part always makes me laugh a little bit. Let's just watch that again real quick. Once the chaos settles, Claire, now completely out of ammo, is captured by a suspicious man. She wakes up in a prison cell, clearly disoriented as the building shakes from explosions above. The power suddenly goes out, leaving her alone in the dark. Moments later, breathing heavily, that same suspicious man slowly walks down the hallway towards us. From here, we are prompted to pull out a lighter, and once we do, he proceeds to engage in what I can only describe as a very strange prison cell stare-down ritual.
Hi, how are you?
This bro just standing there.
Visibly upset, he tosses some hemostatic medicine across the room and immediately gives off this game's version of Marvin energy, at least to me. Here, he tells us that we are free, but also makes it very clear that we're not getting off this island, and honestly, judging by my gameplay, I might have to agree with him. This is where we are finally given control, and I have to admit, this is my first time ever using tank controls in a video game. And trust me, this is going to become very obvious very quickly. I start inspecting the environment, grabbing our first weapon, the combat knife, before heading upstairs and stepping outside. Claire must have put a microphone next to her heart because these are the loudest heartbeats I've ever heard in my life, and they'll be here for the rest of the game. But now that we are outside, it's time to explore. Surely nothing bad's going to happen.
Any briefcase can be seen inside.
Almost immediately, I run into my first zombies and end up taking 2 bites just to escape. But don't worry, I'll be back for you. Claire then crosses paths with a character I have a very strong love-hate relationship with, Steve.
Wait, don't shoot!
Who are you?
Huh? You're not a zombie. Well, great. Wait right there. I'm coming over. Oh, that little misunderstanding. But I thought you were another one of those
Shut up. Make one wrong move and I'll shoot.
I hear there's an airport around here. And once I find it, I can finally escape from this crazy island. I'll see ya.
Hey, wait up.
I don't want you
No,
following me,
Wesker.
lady. You'll only slow me down.
After that incredibly awkward interaction, I head down an alleyway, see a dead body get dragged underneath a building, and decide going the other way is probably the best choice for my life. Inside that nearby building, I'm thrown into my first real combat encounter, and my lack of tank control experience really starts to show here.
Oh, wow. Claire. These guys don't die. Wow.
I find a map, then make my way into the bathroom, where the vessel is left behind something truly unpleasant in the toilet. In the next room, it looks like the prisoners partied a little too hard, and after reading an important clue for later, I decide to investigate the strange noises that are coming from outside.
100% getting up. Sit down. First strap.
Once the area is cleared, I pick up some new weapons and head back out towards the next building.
Not even killing all the enemies. What happened out here? Lying, bro. Please don't be a dog.
This is where I run into the AI TSA, tell me to drop all my metallic items.
Please deposit any metallic items you have in the security box.
After failing more times than I'm proud to admit, I finally stop being dumb, which somehow leads to an even higher level of stupidity. And this is where we find the duplicator.
What's your first expert? Just like that.
It's meant for a key item, but me being me, I try to duplicate a first aid spray. Let's see how that
So
goes.
what if I place... What else? Wait a minute. I'm an idiot. I just used my first aid. First aid spray.
Not long after, we learn what the duplicator is actually for. The briefcase containing TG-01, which we saw earlier in the fire in the beginning of the game. That discovery leads into, you guessed it, yet another weird interaction.
Chris Redfield.
Oh, Steve. Oh, Chris.
What are you doing here?
Chris Redfield. Is he a relative of yours or something?
You mean my brother?
Ah, your siblings.
I've got to contact Leon and tell him to let my brother know he's being monitored. It's a good thing I have access to an outside connection from here.
That file shows the latitude and longitude of this place. Why don't you send your brother the coordinates and ask him to come help?
Thanks.
He won't come. You'll just end up disappointed if you rely on others. Believe me, I know.
What was that all about?
That's what I'm saying, Claire.
I take the hawk emblem, release the lock, and place it into the duplicator.
You need to 3D print this.
After reading a deeply unsettling email from Leon, I step back outside.
I know it's bro. There's a zombies back here. I was about to be so mad. I thought you'd say so quick. Are we serious, bro? It's like 5 hours to go through.
With the enemies dealt with, I grab the fire extinguisher, and Claire demonstrates her incredible observational skills. I then head toward the cemetery once again, passing through that suspicious alleyway.
I don't like it. What are you? What is that? Is that a dog?
Where are you going?
I don't know.
These dogs are the worst enemy in like every game.
This time, I get my get back, introducing the zombies to my new firepower.
Welcome down, Claire. Welcome down, Claire.
Using the fire extinguisher, I retrieve the TG-01.
Shoot this. Pick it up, pick it up. Okay. So, keep pressing the wrong buttons.
Now equipped with the duplicated hawk emblem, I'm finally able to pass through the metal scanners. Zombies in this game have a habit of sprinting towards you the moment they spot you, like a high school senior spotting a freshman in the hallway, just to get a bite in.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Let's speed up, bro.
Putting duplicated hawk emblem into the door, I encounter a fire and proceed to make several decisions that raise serious questions about my intelligence before moving on.
Use the fire extinguisher. Oh, Claire, I'm looking at her. Okay, bro. I'm looking at a reason to use the fire extinguisher, Claire. There's fire right in front of me. But no, let's just push a giant metal box on top of it.
The next area delivers what might be one of my worst tank control performances ever.
That zombie will definitely bite me if I walk in.
Correct!
Oh my. Okay. Wow. You're dead because of this.
Nearby, I find a printer with a map of the area, which helps me navigate towards a large pool room.
Ooh.
After shutting off a valve, I'm able to grab a key.
I feel like I just did something really bad. This can't be good. What is it?
Upstairs, I find the bowgun, along with an important clue that'll come into play much later, and also some brand new nightmare fuel.
Uh-oh. What was that? No, are those liquors?
As gas fills the building, I'm unable to enter a passcode, forcing Claire to make a quick escape.
Hazard contamination detected.
Oh
Level
god.
3.
No.
Emergency shutters.
No, don't run, Claire, don't run.
All personnel evacuate immediately.
You like it?
That was close.
Yes, it was. Claire, you are good.
Taking the other path, I deal with a few zombies before getting ambushed by some dogs. Thankfully, my upgraded firepower makes short work of them. I come across the submarine emblem, but with no inventory space, I'm forced to leave it behind for now. Further down that path, there's an empty octagonal slot for a steering wheel, and another map for the new area. After exploring everything that I can, I finally reach what might be my favorite location so far, the palace. At the front desk, a computer asks for an employee ID number. Unable to enter one, I check the bathroom, where I'm greeted with one of my least favorite enemies. And finally, at long last, the game shows mercy.
My prayers have been answered, I think.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I save, stash my items, and grab the ID hidden beneath a box near the door. Though I notice 2 gold Lugers are missing from it. Using the ID on the computer unlocks the palace doors. In the next room, after pressing a button, the most disturbing cutscene I've seen so far plays. So it's only fair that I let you experience it too. Still unsure who the kids are or what the tapes mean, I slip through a secret passage and find the steering wheel along with the gold Lugers. And I even unlock a trophy for grabbing them, which is, of course, a trap.
Fire the gold looters. Nice. You gotta be lying.
The room begins to heat up until you die, so I decide to leave him behind for now. Before I go outside, I'm stopped when I hear Steve suddenly calling for help.
Yeah! Help me!
Steve?
What is Steve doing?
Inside that same room, Steve is trapped in the heat, officially labeled as Steve is suffering. I solve the puzzle to set him free, and Steve shows his gratitude by doing this.
Thought I wouldn't
Yes.
make it.
Oh, I need those. Give them to me.
You gotta be kidding. I found it and I'm keeping it. Fine. But let's make a deal. I'll trade you for something fully automatic. I'll see you around, Claire.
People
Adios.
just take the guns from
Hey, wait, Steve!
And you wonder why I hate this guy a little bit. After dealing with that nonsense, I'm suddenly faced with yet another encounter. This time, someone trying to kill me.
How do you miss? Well, maybe she just dodged it.
Redfield! How dare you interfere with my operation?
What are you talking about?
You let yourself be captured so you could lead your people to this base!
I have no idea what you're babbling about.
I am Alfred Ashford, commander of this base.
Oh? You must be one of Umbrella's lower level officers if you're in command of a backwater base like this one.
How dare you! How can you deny it? My base has been destroyed. And thanks to you, the experimental T-virus was released, creating countless zombies and monsters. Tell me, who do you work for? Who sent you? Have it your way, then. You're just a rat in a cage anyway. I'll be sure to keep you entertained before I dispose of you.
These lives are taking me out, bro.
Once Claire finishes cooking Alfred, I finally return to the steering wheel.
Okay, I said steering it, not spin it like that.
Spinning it reveals a submarine, where I find more inventory space and a lever that takes me to the airport. At the airport, there are two doors. One leads to a long bridge and a machine requiring 3 emblems, and of course, those god-forsaken bats.
Terrible.
Seriously, I hate these bats.
Worst version of Kroger's.
On the other hand, the other door opens into a large room where I use a crane to move some crates and reveal a control panel. After flipping the switch, I'm ambushed by multiple zombies.
At least you got that hat on. Well, of course.
But once they're dealt with, I obtain the biohazard card. With all that handled, I backtrack to the save room and lock in my progress. So, as a quick recap, Claire was captured and taken to Rockford Island after being released by a strange man. She fights her way through the island, meets Steve, sends Leon an email to warn Chris, and comes face to face with Alfred, the leader of this island. Nobody really seems to know what's going on yet, but I'm pretty sure that's about to change very soon. And that's where we'll end episode 1. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. This is my first ever video and I genuinely appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed it and want to see an episode 2, liking the video or subscribing really helps more than you think. I hope to see you around as we uncover more of the mystery of Rockford Island.